record this. Please go to the current lesson and click on today's assignments, and you will see your Sonia midterm. I don't have a ton to like go over because it's not like it's a grammar test, but you can go through and you can see if you missed a quote, who actually said the quote. You can look at your writing answers. You can see I gave you some feedback on some of them. If you were missing something or I, kind of was looking for something different. So have a quick look. Just let's take 2 minutes. And if you have questions, I imagine they're probably individual, so you can put them in the chat unless you really think that they are for the good of the group. So let's kind of do one last look over of that. The correct answer should come up. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions on that. That in general, the book went great for those of you that read it. I know that some of you did not, and your grades suffered greatly for that. But I really appreciated, reading about your comments and how much you learned and enjoyed it, and you weren't sure you were going to like it because you don't really like to read, but then you ended up learning a lot. And I think it's a great book. I think there's a lot to be learned and different perspectives to be had. So I'm glad for those of you that read it and had that kind of those thoughts. So now time to move on to our new vocab, our new chapter, kind of get back into some Spanish. I feel like we haven't done much of that yet. So vamos a empezar. Here we go. If you did do your new vocab list, you would see that it is about what? Quick point, get your camera on if you're not there. I only see 3 cameras.
Being outside.
Thanks, Gus. Being outside. Yeah, camping. So it's kind of a fun chapter to talk about like different outdoorsy activities. And then also we're going to be starting on the past tense. So it is my assumption that you have seen the past tense before, el pretérito. But just in case you're a little bit rusty on that, we will be reviewing that today. So I would like to give you about 10 minutes to start on Quizlet. All right, here's what I would like you to do. So you're going to go to the current lesson for the link. I'm going to give you a couple quick suggestions because we haven't really done Quizlet for a while. Once you are there, I would suggest first just flipping through the cards, right? You click on them, get a little picture. I would first start looking for cognates. Somebody want to remind us real quick, what are cognates? What is a cognate? Super helpful.
A word that looks the same in English and Spanish.
Thank you. Gus is collecting points today. A word that looks the same in Spanish and English, right? So as you're flipping through, you will see that there are a handful of cognates, like la roca. Looks a lot like rock. So those are the ones I would look for first, okay? Then what I would do is I would click on this. If you're not looking at my screen, look at my screen real quick. I would click on this little square thing that says full screen. And when you click on that, then you've got some different things you can do. So the first thing I would do is I would pick 5 words that maybe I don't know. All right. So, and I would star them. So like dejarde, I don't know what that is. I know what binoculars are. El granizo, no idea. Maybe refuge or something. Oh yeah, I know that. Okay. No idea. So pick 5 words to work on that you maybe don't have any idea about. All right. Then you go to options. You click on starred and you will only practice the ones that you clicked on. All right. So I actually clicked on 8 because I had some from last period, but then you practice those 8 instead of practicing 35. All right, so you go back and forth. Oh, sleeping bag. I kind of see that. Saco, de dormir, acercarse. I don't know. To approach. So you go through them. You can shuffle them a couple times and don't add any more in until you know them. Once you know them, then you can start adding in some other ones. You can add in some cognates if you want so that you slowly eventually have them all added in and then you slowly eventually know all of them. So that would be my suggestion of how to start these. Cognates first, then start them, do like 5 at a time. Once you know those 5, add in another 3 or 4 or 5. Okay. Your goal is to use this time productively. Every time I give you little bits of time, use it. All right. I'm not there. I'm not looking over your shoulder. If your screen's up, I don't even know if you're there. Right. But ultimately it's up to you to make sure you're doing what I suggest. And then you will actually find this class is much easier. All right, so I am starting my timer right now. You got 10 minutes. Use it wisely. Okay, now if you want to turn your camera off, it doesn't matter. But then if you turn it back on in a few minutes, that'd be great. All right, Quizlet, use your time. You are focused on Quizlet. Go. Cool. All right, let's start out with some cognados. What are some cognates you saw on your new list? Levantan la mano. What'd you see? Cognate, Kylan.
I think it's a refugio.
Mm-hmm. And what does that kind of look like?
Refugio?
What's that look like?
Refuge.
Yeah, good. What else you seeing? There's a handful. What do we got? What do we got? Oh no, not you, Kylan. Sorry, I was gonna spread it out. Jake's got one. What do you got, Jake?
La Roca.
Okay, yeah, La Roca looks a heck of a lot like what, Jake?
Rock.
Rock. Good. ¿Qué más? Michelle.
El desierto,
Okay. What's that look like?
desert.
Desert. Desierto. Good. Give me a couple more. What we got? Okay. Go ahead, Anna.
El Valle,
Mm-hmm. El Valle. El Valle. Yeah, what's that look like?
Valley.
Valley. Good. All right. I saw a hand up. I can only see the tip top of your head and your name's not popping up. Who is that? I can see your eyes now. Oh, is it Lauren? I don't know. I actually have no idea. Oh, maybe it's Aaron? I don't know. Who's that? You had your hand up. Who just had their hand up? Just unmute and tell me. Oh, it is Aaron. Yeah, sometimes your name doesn't pop up and I can only see the very tip top of your head.
Nature, like, I don't know how to say it.
I'll help you say it. Ready? Repitan. La naturaleza.
La naturaleza,
Looks a lot like what, Aaron?
nature.
Good, nature. Maybe one more. Anybody else got one? Charles.
El desierto.
Looks like what?
Desert.
Desert. Good.
Desert.
Muy bien. All right, so here's what you should be doing. You have a handful of cognates. Maybe there are like 5 to 10 cognates. All right. And then you just spent 10 minutes and maybe learned to recognize at least 10 words. So boom, if you use that 10 minutes wisely, I would say you should be able to recognize half your vocab words. I think there's only 30 some, right? So that's what I'm talking about. All right. Tonight, let's see, I'm pretty sure, yeah, your only homework tonight is Quizlet. So spend another 10 minutes on Quizlet. Tomorrow, I'm not going to see you in person. You're going to do a little practice for me. By the end of the week, I would think you should recognize many, if not all of these words. So I'll give you like 5 or 10 minutes periodically in class. And sometimes I'll give you homework. It's just Quizlet. So spend 10 or 15 minutes. And then if you really stay on top of this, there should be no reason that you're not feeling pretty good about your vocab within like a week or so. All right, so that should be your goal. All right, I do want to switch gears here. I want to use a little bit of our time to talk about El Pretérito. This is something that you should have definitely seen a couple times so far. I don't know how well you practiced last year because last year was weird. So I want to review it. I want to spend like 2 days making sure you are good on basic preterite, and then we're going to get into, there are, lucky for you, a whole bunch of irregulars that we want to go through. So today we're just doing the basics. So somebody want to tell me what is El Pretérito? It translates to preterite, but I don't know if that helps you. What is it?
Like the past tense.
Past tense, okay? It's a form of the past tense. So there's a couple forms of the past tense. We're going to go over 2 this year. So we want to start with El Pretérito. It translates to preterite, and it is the past tense. It is a form of the past tense, all right? Up until now, when we reviewed earlier in the semester, we did present tense, right? And we remembered that to end a verb in the present tense, if it's an AR verb, you had o, as, a, amos, an. If it was an ER verb, you had o, s, a, amos, n. If it was an IR verb, you had almost the same, right? O, s, a, emos, n. So this is just a matter of making sure you are refreshed on a new set of endings, okay? And again, these shouldn't be totally new. By the time you're in third year Spanish, you've seen them. So hopefully if we just refresh for a minute, they'll all come pouring back to you. So I need you to go to your current lesson. And there are two things that I would like you to open up. That is not it. Hold on. Oh, wait, you're not Spanish 2 either. That's not it. So you have two documents here under 3 and 4. Okay, there's a repaso de pretérito that I want you to either print off or download, just stick on your computer. And then there's a practica that we'll do afterwards. So if it is possible for you to print these two things, go do that super fast. If it is not, then just drag them to your desktop or your Google folder where you like to keep things so that we can review them. All right, pausing for just a minute so that you can print if you need to, if you can. Okay, so let's look at this first guy here. We are only going to look at part of this today. That's the good news. So we are looking at el pretérito. I am screen sharing with you. You, I guess, can look at this with me right now. We don't have anything to fill in yet. We are just looking at the first half. All right, so we're looking at the green and the yellow. You'll notice there's lots of irregulars and more irregulars, and there's actually a whole nother thing of irregulars that we're not going to worry about today. So today, I want you to just stick with me here. Let's try to review these. So el pretérito is used when talking about a completed action in the past. All right, so like yesterday, I went out to dinner. Yesterday, I ate a hamburger. I did my homework. I saw my friends. They're completed actions that happened yesterday, last week, last night, this morning. They're done. All right. So here are your AR endings. Hopefully these are looking a little familiar. I will say them for you. So we have a, aste, o, amos, astes, aron. Okay, I'm going to say them again. I would love for you to repeat them. I know I can't hear you, but if you can just say them out loud to yourself so that you can hear yourself say them, that would be great. All right, so a, aste, o, amos, astes, aron. Things to note, the yo form and the l form have accents. Okay, you have to have those. We'll talk about how to do accents here in just a second. Tomamos, you might remember, is actually the same as it was in the present tense. Tomamos. So how do you know if it's we drink or we drank? You'll have to look at the context. Okay, that word is exactly the same. Vosotros, although I don't require you to know it, is actually not that hard. If you've never noticed, it's just the to form plus is. I'll say that again. It's just the to form ending or the whole to form word, and you just add is to the end of the word. The pronunciation's a little weird, tomastes, but the actual forming is not that bad. Okay, let's look at ER and IR. So the good news is they are the same for ER and IR. I will say them and then I'll have you repitan. Comí, comiste, comió, comimos, comistes, comieron. I'm going to just do the endings. I would love for you to repeat them. Y, iste, io, imos, istes, ieron. Again, note that the yo form and the l form both have accents. Okay, sometimes people want to put the accent here on the I. It's not, it's on the O. So I tell people to remember the he, she form, it's always over the O. Tomo is over the O, and comio is over the O. The istes is the same. You did the to form plus is. Comimos is, I guess, well, it's the same as an IR verb in the present tense. There's some patterns here, right? Aste, iste, amos, imos, aron, ieron. So basically, like I said, these are the 10 endings that I need you to make sure that you re-know if you didn't know them before. All right, we're not going to deal with any of the irregulars today. All right, before I have you do a quick practice, I want to make sure you know how to do some accents on your computer. So you're going to have I guess, you know, you can always cut and paste an accent, but also I was trying to figure out the best way to do this. If you did not know this, let's see if we can do this together, and then someone that is with me maybe can share their screen, because unfortunately I don't have a Chromebook to show you on. So if you are on a Chromebook and you don't know how to do an accent, listen, listen, listen. Okay, so you can open it up like you use it like a tablet. All right, so when you go ahead and do that, open up your Chromebook like you're going to use it like a tablet, like an iPad. So you open it up, and then I hear, and someone showed us last period that this seems to work, that then you have a keyboard that pops up, and if you hold down the vowel, like the E or the I or the O, then you have the option of choosing the accent. So if anyone has successfully done that, can you tell me, and maybe you can screen share with us real quick? You open it all up. So it's like a tablet. And then you have a keyboard. Is anybody there that can show us? Charles says no. Anyone? Anyone? Is that working for anyone?
I know another way to get an accent on a letter.
Okay, give us 1 minute and then I totally want you to share. Is anybody there? Is anybody doing this that can show us your computer? Hello. Help. Who's on a Chromebook right now?
I am. Okay, so I know how to do it. So when you flip it into the tablet thing, and you have the keyboard that pops up,
Right?
if you hold the letter down, it will show the accents on it.
Are you, can you screen share with us, Alyssa, real quick?
Yeah, I'll try and see
Okay.
if it works.
I still have it set to screen share, but just so we can see it. So Alyssa, you've just opened it up, right?
Yeah.
And then I think it's just the keyboard will pop up, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if you can show us.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I turned it into the tablet looking thing, and then so I hold the A down, and then
Yep.
all these are here.
Okay. So the one you want, Alyssa, we hold, we actually don't need an A for these. Go to like,
Okay.
go to an E or an I for me real quick. Okay. So it's the E that's automatically coming up. Okay. Is everybody looking at that E? So that's the E you want to use. Okay. It has a little accent. It starts at the bottom and it goes up and to the right. Will you go to the I and the O real quick, Alyssa? Same thing. It's right there, right in the bottom middle. And then do the O for me real quick. Yep. So it just pops up automatically. Okay. Those are the only three you need. Okay. Thank you so much, Alyssa. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Okay, so that being said, I have a quick verb chart I would like you to try and fill out. All right, so if you go to the other activity under number 4 where it says practica. At the top, I'll screen share it real quick. You have some pronouns to fill in. Just thought we could review pronouns like yo means I. To means anyone? To means anyone? Anyone?
You.
Thank you. All right, so just fill those in English. Then I've got 3 verbs for you to try. Hablar, beber, escribir. I went ahead and put these here. If you want to use mine, you can always cut and paste them. But I would like you to try, if you're on a Chromebook, to do that other thing. Oh, and Charles, as we're starting this, do you want to tell us your thing? What were you doing? You're muted, Charles.
If you're in Google Docs and you click, I believe, insert, yeah, there is, and the drop-down box comes up, click special characters, it will give you arrows and other stuff. There's a little search engine for you, so you can type out what you need, or either draw it depending on what computer you are using.
Okay, thank you. So hopefully one of those methods will work for you. But somehow I need you to get me some accents here, okay? All right, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, see if you can fill in that verb chart, then we'll look at the answers and then we'll call it a day. If you have a question individually, let me know, put it in the chat or just ask and I can help you. So let's reconvene. I will need a couple volunteers to get a point here and make sure we have what we need. I want you to check your work. If you can, why don't you have your stuff out, and then I'll share here in a second the correct answers. So would somebody like to start out with some pronouns? Somebody want to tell me like the singular pronouns? So start with yo, just do that first column of pronouns. Let's go. What's yo mean? You know this. What's to mean? You know this. Tough crowd today. Get your camera on. Maybe I know you're there. Right now it looks like I have 4 people with me. All right, let's do some pronouns. Hello, there are 25 of you out there. What's going on? Come back together. Let's do this quickly and then we'll call it a day. Or we could just sit here in silence for the next 10 minutes. Thanks, Alyssa.
Did you say what does to mean?
I mean, yeah. What's yo mean? What's to mean? What's L and A?
Yo,
Uh-huh.
yo is I and to
Good.
is he.
Yeah. How about L and A?
He and she.
Great. Do you know what Usted is?
You.
Yeah, it's you formal. You got it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm scared to ask. Can somebody just do nosotros? The other column for us? Nosotros, ellos, and ellas?
We.
Say you guess. Thanks. We and how about ellos and ellas?
They.
Yay. And ustedes?
Also they. Or
Good
you
job.
all.
Yeah, there it is. You all. All right. So here I'm screen sharing. Hey, check your answers. I, you, he, she, you formal, we, they, and you all. Okay. You got to know those. Those work with present tense, past tense, any tense we do. All right. Can somebody read me your AR verbs? AR verbs. Read them for me. Oh, goodness. Let's see. All right. How about Lauren? Can you read me your AR verbs? Okay. How about Luca? Can you read me your AR verbs? Okay. How about Jack? Jack F. Can you read me your AR verbs?
Aste. Where are you? What the verbs are the ending?
Whatever. I don't even care. You're good. Aste.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Astes and Aron.
Great. There they are. Hable, hablaste, habló, hablamos, hablastes, hablaron. Phew. You guys are tough today. Okay. So now we need to do our ERs and our IRs. Yeah. Class is almost over, Kayla, but at least you made it. I know the times are a little funny today, so it is what it is. Okay, so finishing it up for me. Who's got the next verb? I forget what it is. What is it? It is beber. Read them for me. Read them for me. Somebody that hasn't gone yet today. Dariana, Alejandro, Charlie, Leah, somebody. Think. Oh, Caleb, hold on. We're trying to finish this up. We're going through our verbs.
Wait, oh, can I read it?
Sure. Yeah, you got them. Sorry, I just thought you were late and you weren't there yet. Yes, please.
Oh, wait, I'm not sure if we're like reading off the screen or looking at something else.
You know what? We're reading off the screen because it's no one's helping me out too much right now. So let's read off the screen. Read them. Go ahead. What do we got?
Baby,
Uh-huh.
baby stay,
Yeah.
babyo,
Uh-huh.
babimos,
Uh-huh.
baby stays,
Uh-huh.
baby ron.
Uh-huh. Baby Aaron. Good. All right. And who's ready to finish this off? Escribir. Escribir.
I can do it.
I mean, go ahead, Caleb. Do it.
Wait, can you slow down?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Escribí stay, Escribio, Escribos. I mean,
Escribimos.
Escribimos, Escribistes, Escribirion.
Escribieron. All right, let me pull this back up so we can look at it all together. Eat, 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 eat. All right, so there they are. Okay, make sure you've got them all there. And make sure you have them all correct, please, so that you can use this to help you down the road. All right. I don't know what's going on with you guys out there. Maybe it's because you had to get up so early today. Hopefully, this is not actually that hard and you have seen this before and you're going to be on top of it when I see you again on Thursday. All right, so keep in mind, I'm not going to see you tomorrow. I will have some stuff posted for you to work on, one thing related to vocab, one thing related to preterite. So make sure you have these notes that I am continuing to post right now. Tonight, please spend 10 more minutes on Quizlet. And then by the time I see you on Thursday, you should be feeling decent about Quizlet and decent about your regular preterite endings. All right, go. Hasta luego. See ya.
All right, Miss Lee,
Yeah.
what time is class?